I just sneezed. Whew. I'm alright though. I'm alright. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Yes, I'm already got a next page going. And I got roasted cashews, halves and pieces. I mean, together, halves and pieces. All in the same freaking bag? Are you nuts? Speaking of next page, there's Nick Zinn. What's up, Nick? Eating some cashews. Roasted. Halves and pieces. Both. Next page, Nick's in. Next page. Well, that thing was literally, I just want to get a page done. Well, I guess technically I'm done. 3 minutes in. All right. See you later. What's going on, Nick? Do you have all your holiday shopping done? You're supposed to say holiday. I have one thing left to pick, but I was just at the vet and need a nap. I would definitely take a nap. Tom Duffy in the house subscribing 35 months. There's Mr. Frank. The dogs kept us up, so I got like 3 hours of sleep. The cat has had a cold for a month, so it was time to check if it was serious. It is. Yeah, then Mr. Frank will show up. I'll have to tell him about this great new shark movie. Never heard of her. I made a note to subscribe again tomorrow. Probably a good idea, Tom. I know Frank to do for his fourth one this week. Well, yesterday my wife went to her mom's after work. She'll be there till Monday night. So I'm on my own. Today for lunch, I made pierogies in the air fryer. And they came out pretty good. The problem is, you can put 6 pierogies, right? Put a little bit of oil. 6 pierogies. I put them in the basket. We have like a plastic rewashable basket thing. Couple of them. Slip it in. 14 minutes. Here's 6 pierogies. Thank you, Frank. Thank you for noticing my Lord of the Rings. There's the rings. So I make my 6 pierogies, take them out. Nice and crispy. A couple of them had opened up. Still good. I put the other half of the box in the other 6, but I'm like, maybe I should clean this real quick because it's got some of the, cooked oil in the juices, and nah, it'll be fine. Put the other 6 in. Put it in 14 minutes. About 4 minutes into it, as I'm eating the initial 6 pierogies, the air purifier in the living room comes on, and I'm like, oh, I guess it's generating some smoke or something. I go into the kitchen, and the air fryer is just pumping smoke out the back. Like, it's like a fog machine. So now I spend the next 10 minutes waving a towel behind it so that they're like, oh, great, now all the friggin' fire things are going to go off. Annoying. So I opened all the windows, even though it's 75 degrees out. I open all the windows. Few. So they're still good though. I finally stopped. I took those 6 out and I ate those 6 as well. Delicious. I didn't even know you could put pierogies in the air fryer until a couple of days ago. I was like, oh, when you're gone, I'll have pierogies. Make sure you get me pierogies. She got me a couple of boxes. And I looked at the back. Normally with pierogies, I will boil some water. I will throw them in for a few minutes. Then I will get a skillet. I put some oil in it, and I will brown them up. Like, that's just a lot of work. But I'm like, holy crap, you can do these in the air fryer for 14 minutes? I did that, and they were delicious. Polish ravioli, yeah. 14 minutes later, the air fryer is on the lawn. Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. I'm like, when I opened it, I was like, alright. Like, I don't want, like in that Domino's pizza commercial, the guy opens the oven and all of his food is on fire. I'm like, oh my god. Oh, there's a Chinese lady running. She's running, she's bouncing. Like, I didn't want all my food to catch fire. That's why, like, we have those paper ones you can put in, but I don't use those. I have, my wife bought 2 of the plastic ones. One's red, one's blue. I always put the blue one in first, I don't know why. And then it just collects all this shit, and then the air fryer itself never gets dirty, which is nice. Polish rangoons, Polish Asian dumplings. Remember in old Bugs Bunny cartoons when they would insensitivity depict Native Americans smoking peace pipes and send smoke signals with a blanket? That's how I just pictured you on your pierogi. Pretty much, yeah. Very insensitive. Really funny, though. I mean, Bugs Bunny cartoons are hysterical. So tonight, since what I should have done is I should have taken that one and thrown that one in the sink. I put the red one in. I did not. Which means I still have the red one for tonight. And I'm thinking I'm either going to make salmon or shrimp in the air fryer. Toxic air frying, yeah. Kind of like everybody up in arms about Teslas right now, that they're going to eventually ruin the environment with all their batteries. I feel like at some point the air is going to be so toxic in the world and be like, well, started with convection ovens, and then they change them to air fryers, and then we can't breathe anymore. Are you rolling with the Mrs. T's pro? Of course. Are there any other real pierogies out there? No. Mrs. T's are the best. Jess had a specific message from Mr. Frank. She said he needs to watch Kings of Tupelo. Frank has watched Kings of Tupelo. We were going to watch it the other night, but then Shelley was starting to get tired, and I was like, you know what? Let's not start this because then I got a week. She's gone for a week, so we'll watch it next week. The problem is, then I wanted to watch it, and now I got to wait. Which is, not good. I watched a 2020 the other night. We watched about the that Nick Rossi guy who faked his own death and swears he's English and all that. That guy. He finally admitted he was really Nick Rossi. I dropped the cashew. Hold on. I mean, I live in Sayreville where there's 30 Polish jellies selling homemade pierogi. And those are probably fucking delicious. For some reason, Jacksonville does not have 30 or 1 Polish jelly. See, I told you, Mr. Frank watched it. Yeah, anybody named Nick is insane. You could be Nick Rossi. I want to put it past you. So last night I watched a documentary, Home Alone, about the band Life of Agony. I was never a huge fan of theirs back in the day. They were later hardcore band in the 90s. But I did see them several times. I saw them at Lemoore. I believe I saw them at the Fast Lane in Asbury Park. I know I saw them, where else did I see them? Irving Plaza in New York. They put on a good show. And the lead singer, Keith, had a huge voice, even though he's really small. And then, Life Agony, the band where the singer went trans and then switched back again. I had no idea that she switched back. But yeah. She went from Keith Caputo to Mina Caputo. I'm going to be honest. Ugly as a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. Not attractive at all. Yeah, it was a pretty good documentary though, because thankfully it didn't just dwell on her and her being a trans person and blah blah blah. It dealt with the band and all the stuff they went through as a band and on and on and on. So anyway, pretty good documentary. I was never a huge fan of theirs. I saw them a bunch of times, like I said. Usually opening for a bigger band, bigger hardcore band. I think I saw them twice opening for Biohazard, who the professor swears is not a hardcore band. The only Rossi that matters is Carlo Rossi and his giant jugs of wine. Yep. My grandfather would drink Carlo Rossi Burgundy with 7-Up during dinner. Nice. Who the hell is messaging me when they know I'm on Twitch? Seriously? Well, that's, I gotta read this, Frank. Hold on. She's cured her gender dysphoria and would change her name back to Keith Caputo after being physically completely detransitioned in 2025. Wow. Surgery to remove her fake breasts. That's great. I had no idea. Obviously, the thing does not go into any of that. In fact, the documentary is all how she loves her. She loves being a woman. Blah blah blah. Anyway, it's a good documentary. Even if you're not a huge fan of them, it gives you a real good '90s hardcore. All the bands they toured with, and everything else. Who the hell is that? Yeah, I know, right? Is Biohazard an easy listening band then? I don't know what they are, because they're not a hardcore band, according to the professor. Just like my uncle back in '94, after years of refusing to acknowledge that Harry was dead. Again, she's gonna be a dude. She's still not gonna be good looking. The only thing I will say about the documentary, specifically, is him, and the bass player and the guitar player all grew up together. In fact, the guitar player is Keith's cousin. I just spit cashews on the floor. So they all grew up together. They've known each other since they're little kids. The three of them. And when Keith legally changed his name and came out to the press that I'm a woman now, he didn't tell anybody. The two band members found out because people were interviewing him on a tour. It was like the last show of the tour. Like, what do you think about Keith changing his name? Now he's Mina, whatever. And he was like, what are you even talking about? He's like, it made sense looking back, but yeah. Still looking like Steve Tyler, but playing in a Soundgarden cover band. Yeah. I did like their song Weeds back in the 90s. That was a good song. So there you go. I watched that. What will I watch tonight? No idea. Tom says I'm taking my worth monitors with me next week. I'm not leaving here without some swag. Nice. When is your last day? I keep telling Shelly, I keep saying, listen. Because her sister's just going to drag her damn feet. 27. Cool. Like, as soon as you guys want to come down here, pack all your shit in one of those pods and ship it down to her mother's house. And then come stay here. I don't care if you're here for a month. We just won't tell her sister. You guys just stay and hang out with us for a few weeks. That way you don't have to pay rent on another month up there if you don't want to. But we'll let the girls figure all that out. The lady folk, but definitely take those damn monitors with you. I would definitely take a pen. I would take a pen, and then I would hope that Brian Keane borrows it, so you can make a whole big shtick about it for like, I don't know, 6 or 7 straight years. Maybe we don't deal with those girls. I keep saying too. So this is what I've been doing. This is my. Hopefully my wife's not listening now. I'm like, yeah, Tom's gonna be leaving his job soon. So he's wondering when they're gonna get down here. Tom's excited about coming down. We should figure out a date. Did you talk to Jess this week? You should talk to Jess this week. I keep doing that. Yeah, Sean Call. Geez, where the hell have you been? I watched a couple episodes of Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch yesterday as well. More and more mysteries just piling up there. Just piling up. Slept in? The hell time is it there? Slept in. They find any coins? Oh yeah, I would have slept in too. I do get it, Mr. Frank. So they're looking for Aztec treasure. They have found a couple of coins. There's also a place called the Bead Site, because they have a ton of colored beads that the Aztecs would apparently use as money for trading stuff. Have the frogs turned gay yet? Yes, I believe half of the frogs are gay. I believe that was basically the last episode. It was basically about the frogs. It's like one part Oak Island where they're just randomly digging in places and finding pieces of wood. And then it's another part, weird supernatural, where some dude is like, oh yeah, there's a vortex. There's vortex books is under the mesa. Kind of thing. No. Like, just enough with the paranormal, supernatural bullshit. Just find some fucking treasure already. The old man who it's his land, Dwayne, I think his name is, he's looking really, really old though. So they better find something this year, because I don't think he's going to last more than a year or two. Poor Dwayne. But yeah, Aztec gold, buddies. Aztec gold. If they find the treasure, the show is over. Yeah, you can basically, if they found the treasure, maybe you would have like maybe 2 or 3 episodes of wrapping it up. But of course, if they, I mean, they're filming all this shit last summer. Anyway. So if they really do find something like on Oak Island or wherever, they'll announce it. There'll be a big announcement. Actually, finding Bigfoot is over, even though they never found him, so my logic is flawed. Yeah, but Expedition Bigfoot. One of the people that was on that stupid show is on Expedition Bigfoot as a consultant or something. So we're still trying to find Bigfoot. If they find one treasure, maybe there would be more treasure in a different cave. Yeah. Exactly. How long have they been digging is even right? This is the 11th season of Oak Island. But they have found enough buried wood and old-timey nails. I think they can rebuild a wharf several times over. Because now this season's thing is the Vikings brought the Knights Templar to Oak Island. That's the big reveal for this season. I mean, there's no evidence of that. It's just them talking about it. Yeah, but you know, if any of these shows ever really actually find anything, they're going to be there's going to be big announcements and everything else. No, the Portuguese. Are you referring to season 8? The Portuguese. It's been the Vikings, Knights Templar, the Portuguese, the Italians, the Mayans. It's been aliens. It's been every freaking thing you can think of. Every country in Europe at one point or another has supposedly been dropping treasure. So. And every episode, my wife loves at the end of every episode, they say, they are closer than they've ever been. How do you know that? What if the place they dug is further away from where the treasure is on the other side of the island? I don't think they've hit the mayor yet, but that's probably, they got to figure out somebody for season 12. The whole thing is ridiculous, but I watch it. Ugh. Next page, Mr. Frank. Next page. Maybe that's not really next page, but I'll give it to you. At some point, it'll be next page. Now, let me put these cashews away because I'm starting to get sick on eating some of the damn cashews. You can only eat a certain number of pounds of them. So generous, Nick. So generous. So I'm over 100 followers on YouTube now. 500 is the goal, obviously. I also need a lot of hours of viewing, so feel free, if you have any free time, to watch some of my videos on the YouTube. I would appreciate that. Maybe for Christmas, the whole family could just sit around and watch my YouTube videos. Oh. Yeah, I shouldn't have eaten all those cashews right after eating all those pierogies. Gotta watch Monday's tweet. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And then watch all the rest of them. I'm thinking salmon tonight instead of shrimp. They're basically made the same way. They always want me to put paprika on everything. I ain't putting paprika on shit. Paprika my ass. But that would burn. Don't do that. Ear itches. Yesterday, Amanda Ward came over. Amanda Ward of the state. We got some writing in. I got some writing in. 1,500 words or so. Then we went to B Mac's Buffet. And I had a couple of good pork chops. Paprika is a condominium. It is. It is not an apartment. Paprika is a condominium. Or as this cool kids say, condo. Positive. It is not Positive Wednesday, Professor. I was making fun of you before, but I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to watch the beginning of the show. What's going on, man? How's it going? Keep busy, I hope. You missed I was eating roasted cashews. So you really missed a lot of the fun stuff. Preem. Yeah, all the preem stuff. What are your feelings on the band Life of Agony, Chad Lutsky? All right, working on the final draft of a novelization for Encyclopocalypse. What are my feelings on the band Life of Agony or on Dude detransitioning? Well, yeah, either way. I watched the Life of Agony documentary last night on Prime, I believe. It was very interesting. I was never a huge fan of theirs, but I saw them like 3 or 4 times. A couple times opening for Biohazard. And then Frank Edler told me that he's going back to being Keith. I was like, based on this documentary, which came out a year ago, he's quite happy being Mina. Weird. Yeah, into his house So just, who can say? Who can say? Situation fluid. Yeah, I guess so. Never paid much attention to them, but I did see Dude's message, and I'm happy for him. Sounds like he did a lot of self-reflection. Yeah. Although if you watch the documentary, he does a ton, or she does, a ton of self-reflection in that as well. So who knows? Maybe it'd be like a yearly thing, just go back and forth. And then at some point, they'll be like, you know what? I'm a toaster. It's 2037, I'm a toaster now. I don't know. You know what? Just be happy. Whoever you are, whatever you are, whyever you are, wherever you are, whoever you are. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Again, I think I like 3 songs by them. Exactly. Exactly. So here's my thing, and I'm not trying to be funny, but maybe, I don't know. You basically got rid of all of your dude clothes, right? So complete wardrobe change. Like in the documentary, you're wearing dresses, and you're wearing spandex workout things. You're wearing women's clothes. And I will say it again, man or woman, it doesn't matter. Ugly. Really, really not good looking at all. Anyway, you bought all that makeup too, And you got fake boobs put in. I mean, all this stuff, and now you got to change all of that. So, like, what do you do with all those clothes? Do you just like put them away in another closet, and then maybe I'll wear a dress at some point down the line, or do you like, all right, now I gotta go out and buy Misfits t-shirts and friggin' jeans and sneakers. I mean, what do you do? Seems like a lot of money you're wasting. Oh, here's better you coming. That's good. I like that, Frank. That is funny. Chadletsky lolled. I remember back in the 90s. I remember they were too Brooklyn for me. You know what I mean? They were too Brooklyn when there were New York hardcore bands that better fit that mold. Biohazard, Cro-Mags, Agnostic Front. Those bands, to me, were the genuine bands back then. And then Life of Agony, a lot of those bands, Sick of It All, a lot of those bands were just, I don't know, they were not great bands, they were alright bands. I'm here all week, try the pierogies. Try the pierogies in the air fryer, but clean the basket in the air fryer between making 6 pierogies. Trust me on that. I just feel like if I'm using the air fryer, it's saving time and effort. So why am I giving it any more effort than I have to? You know what I mean? That's right, New York hardcore. I had a really cool Agnostic Front shirt with NYHC on the back of it in high school. Man, I thought I was so cool. I was not. I've had the same My Chemical Romance song stuck in my head for a week. No idea how it got there, but I'm right on the edge of volunteer lobotomy. Yeah, you got to listen to anything else but why are you listening to My Chemical Romance? How does that sneak in anyway, I love that you feel you need to justify your use of the air fryer. I'm still a little on the fence. I always anything I do in this life, I say, how would Jay Wilburn react to this? And I have a feeling that Jay Wilburn would be busting my balls about me using an air fryer. I'd be more curious to see what Agnostic Front thinks of Mr. Mina. Yeah. It's funny because you can watch something or see an interview or whatever, and they talk about Rob Halford coming out, and all the metalheads were like, oh, "That's cool, whatever." We kind of knew, and still love the guy. We're not going to go into a bathroom alone with him, but we like the guy. But the hardcore people were like, "Fuck you!" Like they were just. I remember people were just pissed that that Keith became a she. I think at one point after the first cat, he said, "Next thing you know, I'll have an air fryer." I think you're right. Again, 2 cats and a dog and an air fryer. Jay is rolling over in his grave right now, laughing his ass off. Forget Chemical Romance. What about Christmas songs? It's almost time. I want a hippopotamus, the best Christmas song. I will not be taking questions. There will be no Christmas songs being played. My wife, on Saturday, before I left for my writer meetings, she was making cookies. And she's like, just so you know, I'm trying to get into the spirit. I'm gonna listen to old-timey Christmas songs. I'm like, give me a second, let me put my headphones on. And then I just put my headphones on, and I think I listened to Bowling for Soup for half an hour or so until I left. Yeah, 2 cats, the rules don't matter anymore. I have a banging Christmas song playlist. And obviously I'm gonna guess that Best Part of Christmas by American Angel is on that list. There are at least 2 Steel Panther Christmas songs on it. Excellent. I had no idea they did. They had that. I have "Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight" by the Ramones, and also the Bowling for Soup version of that song as well. Rage Against the Machine needs to release a Christmas song. See, too bad G.G. Allen wasn't still around. I'm sure he'd have a Christmas album out by now. I'm sure. All right, I'm gonna go for another couple minutes here, and then I gotta take a freaking nap. But my wife not being here, I don't sleep well. And last night I did not sleep well at all. These roasted cashews are making me tired. These pretzels are making me thirsty. Ooh, burping and stuff. I will be here on Friday, obviously. I have no plans this weekend. Well, Sunday, George Martin and his wife are driving down to go see her dad on the other side of Florida. So they're coming down 95. So Sunday they're going to stop in, hang out for an hour or two. Should be nice. But otherwise, then I'm doing nothing else but watching television and getting some writing in, I guess. Who can forget G.G. Allen's "I Saw Mommy Shitting on Santa Claus"? Right, that's definitely would be a song that G.G. Allen would come out with. And that might have been the most disgusting concert I have ever seen. It might have been. Although I did see Don Henley 2 nights in a row too. I can't remember. Ah, good times. Good freaking times. Alright, I'm wrapping this up. I'm going to go and read a little bit. I finished City on Fire by Don Winslow, and I dove into the second book in the trilogy already. So I probably will lay down on the couch and read that. It's actually nice. It's 76 degrees up, but there's a nice breeze. And it's overcast. Maybe I'll go sit in the yard. Maybe I will. Who can say? All right, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And also, I will see you on Friday. Have a good one.